At some point during the session of the 11th of May 2021, SOS stock dropped through the 200-day moving average of $3.31 on average volume. So this is the sort of thing that has been going on with SOS. It's been retracing and retracing. We can see that it closed that session up slightly by 1.12%. And amongst other things, it must be the fact that the stock is now, especially the fact that it probably dipped below its 200-day moving average. It has since been ringing buy. The buy signals, or rather buy indicators, as the case may be, depending on what your stance is, has been going on, has been going off for a lot of market participants. So I can imagine that this 1.12% may have been as the result of the stock, the fact that the price broke through this support of the 200-day trend line. So it just simply says it is seriously discounted over the last 200 days, 200 trading sessions. This is the cheapest. It has become so cheap. You just have to. They had to just do something. I would definitely want to insist that that is one of the major reasons why it's extended by 1.12% amongst other things. So a 1.12% extension is not so much, but that should be expected, given that it traded below its 200-day moving average. So moving on, we can see it has a market cap of $649.8 million, 17.951 million shares outstanding. And there's a news out there says SOS obtains money services business license in US, or rather US and Canada. It says China-based data mining and analysis company said on Tuesday the 11th of May 2021 that its US and Canada units have received money services business licenses. The US license issued by the US Financial Crimes Enforcement Network allows SOS units to act as foreign exchange dealer, money transfer agent, and seller of money orders. The Canadian license issued by the Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Center allows SOS to conduct money transfers and be a dealer for foreign exchange as well as virtual currencies. So SOS said it is continuing work on all the licenses and permits required to start its digital currency exchange, which will be operated via its US unit, US XX Exchange, and its Canadian unit, Canada XX Exchange. So that is, I believe, the latest news on SOS. So we can just have a look here and see that some of the indicators, or rather oscillators, are not so bullish. You can see the RSI is approaching the oversold territory. It currently stands at 36.2. Then the price rate of change is also below zero. The unbalanced volume indicator, the slope looks, and let me not conclude, the slope may be positive, but it doesn't look, it's not exactly upward sloping. MACD histogram, I believe, is probably above zero and rising. That's the MACD histogram here. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is definitely oversold. You can see that. It's in the, you can see the figure. The figure there is, it says, we missed it. Each time we bring the crossover there, it changes. It says 19.5%. You probably can see it on the screen there. Momentum is at 62.6. Then MACD is definitely has converged with the signal line. That's quite strange because okay, well, the 10-day trend line is not far away from the stock itself. So moving on, we can see that SOS appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Yes, the longer term uptrend is the 200-day trend line. You can see that. This is the longer term uptrend line, longer term trend line. That's this one, 200-day, the yellow one there, or the yellow orange line. The average directional index is below 20 and indicating that shares have traded sideways recently. However, the 200-day is still sloping bullishly upwards, as we solved there, but it's lagging the S&P 500. Momentum for SOS is strongly bearish. Indeed, the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. This means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the price lower. So, indeed, the volume for that session is 21 or was 21.560 million shares, which was in line with the 21.215 million shares traded daily during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. Okay, the slope of an indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. So the unbalanced volume indicator and the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator are in unison. So they are, validating the fact that people are losing interest. The people are taking money off the table from SOS. So if they are doing that, then you should be doing the opposite. Assuming that all the fundamentals concerning SOS are right for you. You've done the due diligence. You believe they are not a dodgy concern and all that stuff. So it is simply and easily a buy. It's simply and easily a buy. You can see what's going on there now. At some point, it traded below its 50-day moving average. That 50-day moving average has a price of, I believe, $3.32, and then it's currently at 3.62 easily in one session, and it did in the last session. It dipped below that 50-day trend line, so 200-day trend line. So it can, in the subsequent sessions, even close below that and continue to retrace and all that stuff. So who knows where it's going? But all in all, we have seen a lot of stocks that were trading below their short and intermediate trend lines and subsequently skyrocketed. So just observe, watch, and see what's there for you concerning SOS. So moving on, we can see we have been able to break down some of the data. We can see over the based on what is currently trading at right now, it is safely trading below its 10-day standard deviation range. You can see that ranges from $4.39 to 4.71. So it's currently at 3.62. So it's below that range, and that is also the case with the 20-day, obviously the case with the 50 days. So indeed, the risk is increasing. The risk that they might continue to retrace is there. That is also something that we have to point out as well, in as much as the risk of going in, the risk on the upside is minimal. It has reduced. It's disappearing, but at the same time on the downside, it is also very high. So it's just simply saying that it is now more affordable. But where's the bottom? Has it been reached? Will it continue to retrace? Where is it going? So this is all you have to take into account. So moving on, we can see what's going on in the post-market. The pre-market hasn't resumed yet, so this is what's going on. So in the post-market, it's down 1.38 at $3.5957. You can see what's going on here. So there isn't much activity at the moment, just a slight amount of activity. So MACD is currently above the histogram. Momentum is decent up there. So currently the stock itself is trading above all of its trend lines, including the 200-day trend line. So it's not exactly that volatile, not that active at the moment. So you decide, are you going to go ahead and observe, watch, get involved, buy more, or see if it's going to retrace any further and get a lot cheaper? Indeed, that could also be what a lot of market participants are looking out for. Would it retrace a lot further so that they become much more affordable? So you decide, just be careful and see how things pan out concerning SOS. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.